Okay, Mom. All right. So you know what time it is. Maybe you know what time it is. Get your school supplies because class is back in session. Okay? So on today's class, we will be discussing our powder techniques. So you know, last class we did our contour, we did our liquid blush, and now we have to set it, right? Because it's so cute, it's super blended. However, we cannot go outside like this. And the reason being is because if you get to sweating, if you get outside, that makeup is really going to start separating. It's not going to be really cute. You know, it's not going to be really cutesy, not really demure. And it's going to get oily much faster. So the next step is just our powder product. So setting this makeup in place. So we have setting powders. So I have different type of setting powders. So I have the crayon case, I have MAC, and I have One Size. We also have like powder brushes. And so most of my blushes are gonna be MAC. But I also want to show you guys that you can use an eyeshadow palette and get the same result. Same result. Same result. Nothing twazy. Nothing out the box. You're gonna be real cute, real well put together, really that girl. Why? Because you love yourself better than that. Let's say our class motto, I love me better than that. Whatever it is, or whatever's trying to hold you down, whatever's trying to make you feel like you ain't gonna make it, or you gonna make it, Mom. Or you're gonna make it, okay? Because God got you, that face got you, and you more than a conqueror. So say, I love me more than that. What? I love me more than trying to figure out my makeup journey on my own. You got a whole sister and me, Monsetto. We gonna do this together. Clock it, okay? We gonna do this together. So one more time, Mom. I love me more than that, okay? Let me tell y'all, I had a little moment, and I was like, you know what? I love me more than that. I really do. I was trying to figure out how things was gonna happen, and I'm like, girl, why are you trying to figure out how things gonna happen and you know God gonna make it happen? I love me more than stressing out. I really do. I really love me so much more than stressing out. So I'm just like, yo, don't stress, Mom. Don't stress. Love yourself more than that and give it to Jesus. Whatever it is. And guess what? Even if everything's good, continue to love yourself. Continue. Okay? Because not only you're that girl, but you're that woman. You're that lady. You're still the same lady whose worth is more than rubies. Period. Now that we have this concealer in place, we have our blush in place, because remember we did liquid and cream. We are going to set it. We did our contour, we did our concealer, we did our blush. Now we have to set it, right? So I have 3 different types of powders, well, 3 different brands. So this one is One Size translucent. I like it because it has like a blurring effect as well. But it's very, very light. Y'all, I feel like I got something on my eye. I love it because it's very, very lightweight. So you can build on it, but you can also just pack it into place. It's translucent. I use it on pretty much all of my clients. If I have a client who is extremely melanated, you know, they lean towards like darker side, I may not go as heavy as this, but I may still put a little under the eye because we did that right under eye, right? Crayon case, I really like. I use crayon case as everyday setting powder, like every day. What I like about it is it's affordable. It's going to get the job done. Your makeup is still going to last all day. And they come in also many different shades. My favorite thing is it's affordable. MAC. Y'all know it. Y'all knew it was gonna be them. Y'all knew it was gonna be them. I'm gonna tell you. Watch what y'all find out. One of the things that I don't have MAC in, well, I have it, but I just don't use. this setting powder. It's a mixture to me between the three. Now, I do use this one in particular on all of my my girls that tend to, you know, be more melanated, because I get the medium deep in there. So with the translucent powder, especially one that goes underneath your eyes, on your nose, you know, that highlight the areas that we highlighted, we don't want anything that's going to like darken the look, right? We don't want anything that's going to be even the same color as your makeup. We want something to be a little brighter. And I also find that I like MAC because I can get it in multiple places. Meaning, one size is strictly sold at Sephora. Crayon Case, I know you can get it on the Crayon Case website. I believe she's also in Walmart now. She's probably been in Walmart a couple of years. But these, and also Sephora. So these two places are kind of limited. But this one I could get at the MAC store, I could get at Dillard's, I could get at Macy's, I could get at Ulta, I could get at Belk, I could get online. Like, I just got options. I could go front and pick this up. So I've used regular on my skin tone. I use regular medium, or I have used the translucent before. I'm not a fan of the translucent because it looks too paper white. Like, it looks too paper white for me. Whereas this one with one size is white, but I want you guys to see it still has some type of like pigment to it. You get what I'm saying? It look more like a wheat instead of just a white. MAC translucent is extremely just white, and I can't see myself risking it. Another one I've used also is Laura Mercier. Laura Mercier was my go-to before I started working with MAC, and then I went back to it because they have the translucent medium deep. I have one particular client, well, actually two. One tends to be a little warmer. They're both for more melanated, but one is warmer than the other. And on my warm girl, this is Laura Mercier. Oh, when I finish, I be like, thank you, Jesus. Because I knew I prayed before I started, but I just got to look at 2 months at them because it look good. So, I like Laura Mercier medium deep. This, I think I paid like $37. I can't tell y'all how much this is. I'll look it up and put it in the video. This runs like $34. I'll look them up. And then I get the mini of this because I don't use it often, because I switch between the two. But this one I want to say is $23. It's a mini. The big one I think is $40 or $42. So we have that. We have our blushes. I also use eyeshadow for blush too. Now this is a Juvia's Place palette. Juvia's Place, let me tell you, Juvia is in her bag. I appreciate her Player Closet just as much as she is in her bag, because the way this is coming is pigmented, it's long lasting, the quality of it is just amazing, and it's $20. Like, I think the most is like maybe $30 for a big palette, and you don't need all them colors. You know, when you first start doing makeup, you get all these colors, but you don't really need all them colors. You don't need all them colors. So I didn't talk y'all head off. Let's get into the look. So the first thing we're gonna do is, you didn't take a break. Let's just pretend you didn't take a break. You did something else. Even if you didn't take a break, right? And you're about to go back into the setting powder. What I want you to do is take the brush that you blended underneath your eye with, and then blend again. Because what happens is it begins to crease. The makeup begins to set, and it goes into the creases underneath your eye. And we don't want this. But as often as you remember to keep setting it before you put powder on it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to set my contour and my blush. Now I have this palette by I was about to say Beauty Black Radiance by Black Radiance. And it is nice. I will say it's nice, but it's extremely pigmented and it can go too fast. So meaning like, I'm gonna just show you. So you see like the colors is kind of like extremely, this brown is pigmented. This lighter brown is pretty good, and this is the bronzer it has. So let's just say like the middle bronzer, you see, it builds up real fast. It get dark real fast, and that's the middle. So I'm like, I just want to show y'all that you can pick this up at anywhere. The grocery store, you can pick it up at Walmart, you can pick it up at Amazon, you can pick it up. Not at the hair store. They're not at the hair store. None of these products are pretty much at the hair store. Remember I was telling you that you could get certain stuff at certain places? These powder products, Mom. Spend a little money. If you were looking for an affordable option, this. Alright, so now I'm going to use the Juvia's Place, the Warrior 2 palette. This is my go-to for contour, for blush for my clients. So I'm going to use this middle one right here, the Kafuru. Tap it into place. And you see, it's buildable. So you can kind of see it, but you can't. Because I gotta keep playing with it. I gotta keep building. Alright. And the reason why I'm doing my contour first is because when I apply my setting powder, I want it to kind of like create a cut almost. Not a cut crease, but just a cut. So adding some more, right? So we're placing it in areas. I wanted y'all to see how that looks versus we did like one dab of that and you see that was already there. This one is there, but it's still kind of mild. Now I have, this is Raisin by MAC. I love this one as well. So I'm just showing y'all different options for how they look, so that way you know when you go into the store what kind of look you're going for. Now I'm using the same brush, but y'all know I have my paper towel. Keep you a paper towel because you want to get that extra product off your brush. I want to say at one time the crayon case had a like a duster or whatever that you could swoop your brush in to go in between colors. I thought that was really cool. I lost it. I've been using a paper towel ever since. You could get either one. So wherever we applied that contour, we're just setting with powder. Just a little bit. Alright, back on top of my forehead. So I want your attention on my brows. I do not need you looking everywhere else. You need to mind your business. Alright. And then your nose. Remember, Michael Jackson is what? Jealous. So we're going directly on the side. We're not coming down towards like the bottom of my nose. We're going directly on the side. You could bring it up into the brow if you want. You get that highlight, you know, that ombre effect. So you see the difference. Okay. Same thing on this side. Directly on the side. And for this, I'm using that nose shadow brush that we got from Real Techniques. Okay, back into my eyebrow. On the side right here. All right. I'm this because I put a lot on this side, so I'm just tapping it out to blend it out. All right. So now we're gonna do blush. So sometimes, like right now, I have on pink, right, and then I did a little bit of the coral to kind of give it more of a natural. But sometimes, a lot of times, my clients don't like pink blush. So what I do is I use this palette, the Warrior 2, and I use these two colors right here, or I give them a little red. That because it doesn't come out red, it gives it a little burgundy look. Let me show you. Hold on, girl, that was trash. And so when I'm rubbing it in, it just gives that little burnt orange look, right? And then also you could use the Zulu palette, and on the Zulu palette they have this orange that works orange on brown skin. I promise you, orange on brown skin looks impeccable. It looks impeccable, okay? Orange on brown skin looks impeccable. You want to tone it down, add a little yellow. I have not ever experimented with purple. One day on this channel, we'll experiment on purple. But right now, I can't do it. So I'm going to take my blush brush. Same brush I used to contour just now. And I want to show you, I really want to show you what this orange look like on top of this pink. So I'm going to do a little orange. And I'm just dabbing it. Not doing a lot. It gives that walk on the beach look like. Ooh. Ooh. It just does it for me every time. Every time. Ooh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alright. I'ma calm down. Calm down. Same thing on this side. And in between, y'all, I really am like dusting off the extra. Okay, so tell me in the comment your funniest eyebrow story, right? My funniest eyebrow story was I used to take my eyebrows with like an eyeshadow. I used to do my eyebrows with eyeshadow. And I would do my eyebrows with eyeshadow or eyeliner, but like the pencil. And I would use black. Oh, I would use black. And I would take a baby wipe and I would like literally carve out my brows with my baby wipe. And I thought I was really, really cute. I thought I was really, really cute. And I wasn't until my cousin was like, oh, why you got that black on your eye like that? Needless to say, I didn't do that again. And then one time I thought I was being cute and I was gonna like arch my brow. And so what I did was I got a little like a shaver, like a razor, like the one you do your legs with. And I started like cool, like trying to get it. But on this brow, I went down too low. And I was at an age where my mama allowed me to wake up. So girl, for Thanksgiving, I went around with like a U in my brow. Not even the whole thing. And guess what, y'all? Nobody told me nothing. I don't know if they just didn't love me or they felt like they knew I was embarrassed or not. But yeah, that's my that's my saddest and funniest eyebrows. I ain't never really, but ever since then, I've been working hard on my brows. I've been working real hard because I can't. I'm gonna edit that. Alright, I think I heard somebody say it was time for a pop quiz. Did I slide in and hear somebody say it was time for a pop quiz? Oh, because I need to know if you paid attention last week. Oh, you thought because it wasn't at the beginning of the video, you weren't going to get a quiz, Mo? I know you ain't think that, Mo. I know you ain't think you was coming in my class and didn't get a quiz. I know you didn't. So that's why we shall proceed, okay? So, y'all know last week's class was over the liquid, cream, contour, and highlighting, period. Okay? So let's get it started. Question number uno. Contour can be used to narrow features of the face. True or false? A, true. B, false. If you said A, true, that is correct. Question number 2. Which should be applied first? A, concealer. B, contour. C, blush. Or D, setting spray. You said B, contour. That is correct. 3. When blending, which direction should we blend? A, up. B, right. C, left. Or D, down. Because we want our faces to be yes, yes. If you said A, up, that is correct. All right, Mom, I see you. Little scholar, Mom. Question number 4, true or false? I can apply more highlight or contour to build or achieve the look that I desire. A, true. B, false. If you said A, true, you've been paying attention, okay? You've been paying attention, my son. Question number 5, true or false? I have already subscribed to Kayla's makeup channel. A, true, or B, false? Now, if you said A, true, hey, Mom. But if you said B, false, stop over here being nosy and clocking my tea and not subscribing to my channel. Because I know that makeup look has upgraded. You see, like, it give that little, like, we went. It give, we go to Martha's Vineyard. Or we're in the Black Hamptons. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just give a little something, something. It give blessed. So, now we're going to do the setting powder. I am going to show you 2 different ones. I'm going to show you what medium deep looks like on my skin tone because it's a little brown. It's like literally my color almost. So I usually take the top, pass some in the top. You don't need much. You could always add more, but you can't put it back. So, especially not when you use it on your clients. So, less is more. Do the same. At work, they tell us to put it in paper towels. That's the one thing. Yeah. So, this is the translucent by one size, and then this is the medium deep by MAC. So, I'm going to do the medium deep on this side. So, this is the medium deep. I'm using the same brush that I use to blend out my, I'm using the same brush that I use to actually blend out my concealer. So I'm putting it underneath my eyes. And you don't have to like set it. You don't have to put a whole lot. You just pressing it in there. And then on this side, you go cut right here, right underneath that contour. You go begin pressing it in. Okay, and now I'm tapping it in because I'm not baking. And I'm going to show you what baking look like as well. So I'm going to go half right here. I'm going to do half. On my nose, I can't do half. Now, this is something else I do because I know we ain't got to our eyeshadow yet. But I put my setting powder on my brow because why? I want my brow to last all day too. Put it on your forehead. So this is what it looks like. Tap that in. This is what it looks like with the one that is medium deep. So it's my shade, right? It's cute. It's very like, very soft glam. I love that. Now, this is the one. This is the translucent one. This is the one I be using. So, now I'm pressing it underneath my eye. And then I'm gonna do my nose. Okay, now baking. Baking would be when you press powder, like the powder up here, and you let it sit. Where areas I do bake is on side of my nose, right here. I bake those areas, and the reason being is I get real oily on the sides of my nose, as well as, and I drag it underneath. I want to make sure my nose is as snatched as possible. It's possible. It's possible. You know? So now I'm going to come on the other side and I'm going to just press some powder on there. So I'm putting a little bit more. Not a whole lot. A little bit. I'm going to press it on this side. Right? And so what you could do is, in your finishing, right, you can take a, and we're not going to spray just yet because we're not finishing. You could take a big fluffy brush, call it powder brush, a big fluffy brush. And MAC has a mineralizing powder. Now you don't need a mineralizing powder, but you can take the mineralizing powder and dust off the excess. And get those areas on the sides. And now you literally have a set face. That's good. So you can either go like this, or you can actually continue to let it sit while you go into your eyeshadow. Okay guys, so this is the end of class 4. Next class, we will be going over eyeshadow and lashes. So stay tuned. Toodles.